Hey everybody! I just wanted to make a little video to all the newcomers that have arrived on the Little Witch Facebook recently. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love having you here. Thank you so much for joining us at the Little Witch page. What I wanted to do was just give you a little bit of an introduction of who the heck I am, so I'm not just a purple banner and some claims to being a rock and roll psychic. So this journey started an awful long time ago for me when I was quite little, and often we all have those stories of when we were little, we were really in touch and then it faded away. Probably, even though I always had something, I was doing some dream work, I had imaginary friends. It wasn't until I was about, oh my gosh, time is so hard. Wasn't until I was about 21 that I got my first deck of cards. That was some time ago. And I really, although I started off kind of light, not really knowing what I was going to do with them, I really put the work in with them. I put some effort into studying with them and I got really good with them. And then I started to make spirit guide connection and that boosted my intuition. And then the psychic message started coming and that took some work. All of these things took an awful lot of work on the way there to really hone the skills. So I studied the tarot until I mastered it, until I could read off by heart and know exactly what the messages were in several different spreads, memorize the spreads. And we all know when we're brand new, that can be hard. It can be whelming. I put the time in and I cracked the codes for myself in terms of making that happen. I put in the time, I put in the effort, I put in the training. So I learned that what I really wanted to do with it was to help people. That was the ultimate thing. It was about helping people find connection, helping people find their clarity, helping people listen to what their own spirit guides are trying to get to them. And in the meantime, I'm one of those readers who I can read for myself because I'm using all kinds of different things together with the tarot. And because I taught myself how to do that, that's part of what I teach other people too when they're doing tarot training with me, to use the tool for themselves. Anyway, at this point in my career, I've been at it for years. I've been at this for, I've owned cards for 25 years. And I've been reading professionally. I have a professional practice in my small town. Oh my goodness, I got to adjust this. I'm all over the places because I'm holding this in my hand. Now I've become a sought after reader. That's a weird pile of words to say all together. I've become sought after. So that means that people in town know that I read very well and my readings are good. And I live in a fairly small town and I've always said you can't do this kind of job in a small town and continue to do it for 15 and 20 years out of the closet if you're not good at it. Word gets around in a small town. I've gotten to a place where I have an office that I am able to rent to see my clients. I've gotten to a place where I have a space also in another town about an hour away where I am able to see people. I've gotten to a place where people call me and ask for me to participate in their fundraising events with the Rotary and women's business things and the We Are the Villagers, and I've done all kinds of fundraising helpful things in town with lots of different organizations. This is all that I do. This is my life now. If I were to have asked myself 15 years ago if this would be possible, I don't know if I would have believed this to be true. And so I am pretty thankful. I'm super thankful. But anyway, welcome to the page. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us. I've got all kinds of stuff planned in terms of some fun stuff for you to participate in and the occasional, 3-card reading draw, which is always fun for me to do too. Say hi, Spock. That's enough about me. I thought I'd get that out of the way so that we could meet each other. You could know who I was, know who The Little Witch is and what she's all about. That's just a little bit of an introduction. You'll find that I'm playful and there's lots of jokes, and I like to think that I'm pretty down to earth while I've got one foot walking in another world. When it's time for your reading, the reading is all about you. The reading is all about you, your spirit guides, what they have to say, what information the cards have for you. If you're connecting with me, that means you need the type of reading, or you would benefit from the type of reading that I deliver, because every reader is different. Every reader translates a little bit of a different way. If my rock and roll, maybe sometimes a little bit sweary message resonates with you, this is exactly where you got to be. So thanks for being part of the page. Thanks for being here and participating and being part of the group. I appreciate you. Awesome. Chat soon, probably. See you on the line. For those of you curious about where the Little Witch came from, the beautiful story about, first of all, I am a witch. but I'm a fun witch. I'm a good witch. When I was little, my grandmother, it was kind of a nickname that my grandmother had for me. It would be like, get outside, you little witch. Or it's not lunchtime yet, you little witch. And that's the relationship we have. It was hilarious and rock and roll. It's in and of itself. So that's where the Little Witch comes from. Also, I'm 5 feet tall. So that's some of it too.